Hey everybody, Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Matt Shepard studio deep in the bowels of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep-3. As always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and you guys have been crushing the likes. I put out a challenge to beat yesterday's or the day before's numbers, and by golly, you guys did it, putting us well into the triple digits. So keep up the great work, keep mashing that like button. And if you haven't done it yet, get over there and subscribe. This is the time to do it. So help us out there as well. Of course, leave us a note about what you're playing today. Are you tailing these picks? Are you fading these picks? Not a ton of action out there. So tell us what you're on. And if you win, of course, the much coveted shout out will be yours at the end of the selection part of the video. So big news over at Winners and Whiners and StatSalt. Well, and we have officially once again been recognized as the #1 site for predictive analysis and previews of daily contests in the betting realm. So we're super excited. We are getting absolutely blown up over at both of the websites. Videos are doing great, and of course we owe it all to you guys. As always, thanks for all your help, and thanks for choosing us. We know you have a lot of choices out there, and we know probably you guys, if you take my advice, you're using multiple sites. But thanks for giving Winners and Whiners and StatSalt the love. We appreciate it. And speaking of love, we have done something that is an absolute labor of love, and man, are we stoked about it. We did this for the World Cup, and for you soccer fans, if you got a copy of this, it was very cool. They did one for like each round of the World Cup, and it was outstanding. It's a all-encompassing, all-comprehensive guide, and we are doing it again for March Madness, man. And I've seen previews of this, and it is the coolest. It is absolutely the stone cold best resource at your fingertips that you will find anywhere on the web, anywhere on your local newsstand, anywhere you can get it. Is the #1 tool that you're going to want to have if you bet even just one game. If you bet even just one game, if you play the pools at work, if you do the brackets, you got to check this out. It is utterly fantastic. I can't tell you how many pages it has. It has a ton, but of course, until the selections are all made, we're not going to be have it all wrapped up in a tight little bow. But this is the exciting part. It is not too early to pre-order. We're doing a very, very cool thing. If you order before midnight Eastern time tomorrow night, Monday night, if you order before 11:59 Eastern time on Monday night, we've got a great price for it. It is $14.97. After that, the day of Tuesday, when the clock strikes midnight and everybody turns into pumpkins, it goes up another $5 to $19.97. So basically 15 versus 20. Get yourself a guide. Get yourself pre-ordered. I'm going to put the link in the comment section of the video, and all of our individual previews and predictions will have links in them over at StatSalt and Winners and Whiners as well. So do yourself a favor, man. You're going to save more reading this than the 50. You're probably the first bet you make, you're going to get your $15 back. There's a lot of, you know how it works. There's a lot of under the radar teams. There's a lot of teams that play in conferences that, unless you're an absolute nerd like us, you're probably not familiar with, because you guys have day jobs, and actually go out there and make a living. So this gives you an opportunity to catch up and level the playing field with any expert around as far as college basketball goes. So have I pumped it enough? Hit it, get it, love it. You're going to need it. Trust me on that one. If you've ever gotten any value from our videos, if you've ever gotten any value from the site, do yourself a favor, get over there and get yourself an NCAA March Madness guide officially on Winners and Whiners and StatSalt. Okay, there we go. So, quick recap. Yesterday we went on the Deep-3. We went 1-2. We had UMBC, which just really never showed up. Vermont looked to be the better team in both halves. That was never really got a sniff of that one. We had Michigan State. They took care of business. And then we had a Houston team that decided with almost 5 minutes left that they just scored enough, and really didn't want to score anymore. So we ended up 1-2. Over on the premium side, it was a tale of the best of times and the worst of times. Our sides went 0-2. Boo. However, I shared a trend with everybody, historical trend that has been cashing for many, many years now. And there was 15 plays where the trend came into play, and we cashed 11 of them. So we went 11-4. You add in the two no buenos on the sides, which we had Rhode Island, which they looked good until they absolutely hit the wall there against St. Bonaventure late in the first half, and then we had San Diego State, who mounted a furious comeback and got within 1 point of covering the number, but just couldn't take care of business. So again, 11-4 on the trend, 0-2 on the sides, 11-6 all day long. We'll take it. We'll take that and run with it to the bank every single time. So let's get on with today's pick, shall we? I know there's a few games maybe you guys are interested in. First one, taking a look in the SEC as the Auburn Tigers take on the Tennessee Volunteers down there in Nashville, Tennessee. Auburn's 4.5-point dog. I like them right here. Give me some dogs. You know who likes to shoot the three? That's the Auburn Tigers. 49.6% of their shots come from downtown, and why not? They average 38.1% from distance. The only question is, hell, why don't they make? Why do they ever shoot a 2-point shot? That's what I'm confused about. The Volunteers, kind of bad news for them. They don't have a great 3-point defense. They give about 36% on the year from the distance, and that's not going to be good for the Tennessee Volunteers right here. There is some concern about the Auburn Tigers playing 4 days in a row. However, they are able to offset that a little bit by having a rotation that plays basically 10 men deep, while Tennessee generally plays about 7 or 8, depending on how they're running. So I like the team with depth, even though they've got the extra day. I think Auburn's on a mission here. Give me the Tigers plus 4.5 against the Vols. Speaking of a mission, I like. I'm looking at the Big Ten as Michigan takes on Michigan State for the third time this season. Michigan State is a 1-point favorite. You know what? Both of these teams have a lot of similarities. They're both top 10 in defensive efficiency. As far as field goal percentage goes. They're top 10 as far as assists to turnovers. But the difference for me in this one is the health of Winston and Ward. Winston's getting close to 100%. He played 22 minutes yesterday, but Ward played just 11 versus Wisconsin. Now, some of that had to do with the fact they had a pretty comfortable lead most of the game, but I still don't think either one of these guys are at 100%. I think the Wolverines right here, they've already gotten hammered twice by Michigan State this year. I think they've decided that's enough. This is a high-quality team playing at a high level. I think they look for revenge, and these guys look to be on a mission, and I think both get accomplished right here. Revenge and their mission of taking care of Michigan State. Give me the Michigan Wolverines plus 1 point. And finally, we love them. We bet them again. It's the Cincinnati Bearcats versus the Houston Cougars in the American Athletic Conference Final. Houston minus 4.5. You know what? I can't get past Cincinnati. They do enough to win, but they don't do enough to impress anybody, and they don't do enough to cover against elite teams. The Bearcats struggled to shake SMU in their first tournament game, and they beat Wichita State by just 3 points. Houston cruised in their first contest, and they were cruising against Memphis, like I said before. They basically decided to stop scoring with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. They had 61 with 4:40 left, and they had an 11-point lead over Memphis, and Memphis ended up putting up the next 8 points, and but the Cougars were able to hang on for a victory. I'll tell you what, they played like they knew I had a bet on them. That's how bad they played in the last 4:40. So, you know what? I'm no quitter. I'm going to the well one more time. Give me the Cougars minus the 4.5 points. Give me Michigan plus 1, and give me them Auburn Tigers plus 4.5. And at the end of the day, you guys can join me on Championship Sunday, and as we head back to the window. All right, let's take a look at the shout-outs for today. All right, got a few of them. You guys are out there a little bit active. Very nice job. Let's start with Hammer and Hank, shall we? He got down on Iowa State over the noxious KU Jayhawks. Very nice. If K-State didn't win it, I was glad to see Iowa State do it. They have a good fan base. The guys are a lot of fun, and basically anything where I can say fuck KU, I'm all about it. Thomas M. got down on Michigan State. Cody L. tailed us on Michigan State as well. Mike D. had St. Louis and Memphis. had the Mississippi River duo there. Marshall Mathers, he had a teaser with Memphis, Tennessee, and for a bonus pick, he had Duke on the money line and Buffalo on the money line. Very nicely done, sir. Cole B, he tailed the other Scott on Harvard. Very nice. I think that's going to take Scott to 7-3, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was his 10th video. I'm no math major, but I think that's somewhere in the neighborhood of 70%. I'll have to run that on my calculator a little bit later. Borno had Harvard and Wichita State. He had the. Let me see if I can do. I can't. Is it Shocker? No, I can't. Is that the Shocker? Okay. He had the Shockers. Warren S. He was 18-11-1 in championship week. He's been watching our videos for about 3 months. He just decided to start to comment. Very nice, Warren. It's great to hear from you. And he left us some picks today. And you know what? He hit some of them. How about Iowa State, Seton Hall plus 4.5, the Cavs plus 6.5, and Utah State. Nicely done, Warren. Don't be a stranger. Please give us some comments going forward. And good luck today, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Dustin F. He had the West Ham money line, the Man City versus Swansea over 3.5. Little Taco, he had the St. Bonaventure Adventure minus 1.5. I like that. He also had Harvard. He was a Harvard man today. Very nicely done, sir. Phil, he parlayed West Ham to win together with Man City. That's a beautiful thing right there. You guys throwing together them footy parlays. Mikey B, he had Old Dominion under 130. He had Yale minus 6, Portland plus 5, the Spurs under 227, Washington minus 2 in the NBA, and Michigan State. Miguel and Nola, we owe Miguel a shout out because he pounded I think a 16 money line parlay day before yesterday, and it was on my sheet. I went back and looked because I started to grumble at the person who put my sheet together. I went back and looked at my sheet, and I just skipped over it because I was doing something clever. So anyway, sorry about that, Miguel. Nice hit. Well done. As of today, he said his son is third in state, LHSPA. I'm going to guess that's the Louisiana High School Police Academy. I don't know. No, his son's a power lifter. Oh, power. Yeah, that could be it. Anyway, you have to tell us what the acronym is for. But yeah, his kid, he actually sent me some pictures. His son is a stud. Is an absolute stud. It's usually I figured he had to be about 16, 17 to kick my ass, but I think Miguel's son is younger than that. So congratulations. As I get older, that number goes down, and he is an absolute stud. He's a junior. Okay, so he's probably about 16. He's third in state after 2 of the 3 events, and like I said, he's a junior, so he hasn't even hit his peak yet in the senior season. Today, he played Duke and Memphis against the spread, so he was even able to sneak in a couple of winning bets in between being a proud papa. So well done, Miguel. Congratulations. Tell your son, way to go. That's some studly shit right there, and keep up the great work. Legendary King tailed us today. 1 and 2, brother, but, on we go. On we go. That's what today is for. Super Cisco, he had the Celtics first quarter under. He had the Celtics first quarter minus 3.5. That paid off. Percy S. Had the... he ended up... this was a late one for us. This just came in as we went to record. He had the Coyotes, and they lost in overtime. Sorry about that, brother. He did have the Spurs Blazers under 226.5. James M. I love this guy. He waited up all night to be the first one to post, and by God, he had the comment to prove it. He was number one. If I don't give a shout out to that kind of dedication, what kind of a jackass am I? So way to go, James. Way to go, all you guys. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the love over at our sites. Get yourself the guide. I'm not. You know me, I'm not bullshitting you. You get it, you're going to thank me for it. If it was crap, I wouldn't tell you about it. But it's not. I love it. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of the work that we do at Winners and Whiners and Stat Salt. I'm very proud of this guide. So definitely pick yourself up one. And until tomorrow, good luck, everybody. And hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. If that's your deal, try not to drink too much, overindulge. And as always, be careful. Call an Uber. Give me a buzz, and I'll come get you. All right, you guys take care, and see you tomorrow.